always had a passion for footy, but when he plays, he looks more like Bambi on ice. And he makes a much better supporter. The team we love is Leeds United, and many years ago we turned down tickets in the West Stand with the Bagel Brigade and joined the proper hardcore fans with season tickets in the Kop. James had the loudest voice in the whole of the Kop, and would take great pleasure starting a chant, and when 25,000 hooligans joined in, he'd take off his shirt, even in the middle of winter, and swing it wildly above his head singing Leeds United Champions of Europe. The only difference between him and the rest of the Dregeheads in the Kop was his lack of a beer belly and no LUFC tattoo on his forehead. That beer belly came later. For all his clear thinking and wisdom, James has got a serious problem with procrastination. It's true, isn't it? Yes. If you've ever been to a restaurant with him, you'll know how painful it is waiting for him to choose something from the menu. So you can imagine what it's like when it comes to big, life-changing decisions. Back in 2004, James found himself in between jobs and couldn't decide what to do next. He was totally stuck for a few months, and I really wanted to help. So I persuaded him to abandon logic and visit a therapist friend of mine who practiced an obscure treatment that involved a kind of a hand and foot and shoulder massage, pressing certain points of meridians and all this stuff. And she promised it would remove the blockages holding him back. And explained that within a few days something magical would happen and his life would change forever in a really big way. I kid you not. Within a week of his toe twiddling session, he responded to a job ad for a chartered surveyor in the Cayman Islands, got an interview, gave the best performance of his life, and persuaded the guy to give him the job that very day ahead of tons of stiff competition. Within weeks, it was on its way to paradise. This unlikely and risky move was way out of character for James, but he took to his new life like a duck to water. Or was it a fish to water? Ducks go to water as well. Stop heckling you. He was in his element, drinking mudslides at Rum Point, sunbathing on soft white sand, diving on the best coral reef in the world, and enjoying Jamaica's finest export fresh off the boat. Let's try. It was a dream come true, and a dream that he lived for 5 years. But as the saying goes, all good things come to an end. And 4 years ago, he landed back in British soil with a bump and a well-crafted beer and burger belly. It was October, London was cold and grey, the recession had hit hard, and James was nothing short of miserable. Where am I? Miserable.
Great.
Life had no meaning and there was no light at the end of the tunnel. But it wasn't too long before his life was to change for the better yet again. Now, when a couple meet and fall in love, it's said to be a match made in heaven. In James and Nina's case, it was a match made on a personal development course at the Greek Cypriot Brotherhood Hall in Finchley. As most of you know, I was the first to take the Outlook course about 15 years ago. It's designed to get you clear, deal with your issues and make life's journey a little bit smoother. Mum and James joined the cult soon after. It's quite clear after many years' involvement, all three of us are just as confused and puzzled as we were. But one good thing did come out of it.
Nina's done it too.
I haven't.
You're next.
You're next.
But one good thing did come out of Outlook. When 3 years ago, looking for a boost, Mum and James decided to assist on the course together. It was on that fateful day in the training room in North London that James noticed a gorgeous, dark-haired girl eyeing him up and flirting like a love-struck puppy. Her fate was sealed. Nina, you look stunning today. Absolute princess. And you don't know how proud me, Mum and Dad are to have you as part of our family now.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing and duration of James' life ever since you met. and you've shown nothing but generosity and hospitality to me too. I couldn't be happier with my new sister. James arrived back from Cayman 4 years ago, less than happy with his life, having swapped his life on the beach for an uncertain future in London. But you've supported him from day one with total loyalty and commitment, as David said. I've seen everything that you've said in Nina. You've laughed at his bad jokes, you've been there for him through his tough times, and you've loved him with all of your heart. I remember how much effort you made for his 40th birthday, putting together his life story into that book, and that I know he'll treasure forever. And listening to the way he's talked about you over the past few months, I know he'll always treasure you. You are one of the most selfless and giving people I know, and James is extremely blessed to have you as his wife. Jim lad, thanks for finally getting around to this, because in some small way you've taken the pressure off me.
Not true.
I know Mum and Dad have been craving their very own grandchildren for a long, long time, and please God it won't be long before I'm an uncle and your family's complete. James, I'm so proud to be your brother. You're a highly principled, kind-hearted and generous man. Your silly streak keeps you young, and I don't know what I'd do without the silly Les Dawson face. And the Nicky Nacky News and the 4B2s and all those other infamous cultureisms.
Used to be mine.
When I came to visit you in Cayman a few years ago, I arrived at the airport to find you waiting for me with your case packed, 2 flight tickets and the hotel booked for us to go stay in Havana. We had such a laugh and I'll never forget it. It was a classic example of your generosity, thoughtfulness and our genuine friendship. Nina's found a true gentleman in you, a loyal and caring man with strong values and unquestionable integrity. The fact you could like Jamie Oliver and share her passion for juicing is just a bonus. Now, I think I've said enough, but before I finish, I'd like to propose a toast, so please be upstanding again. Charge your glasses. Here's to my best friend and brother. It's been an honour to stand beside you today, just as you stood by me through good times and bad. May the joy you've shared today with Nina and all of your friends and family be the beginning of many years of health, happiness, love and fulfilment. Mazel tov to you both, James and Nina Portugal.
Thank you, Nina.